I had never really considered getting an evolution coach or a coach in any form to help me, because I usually think I can do most of this stuff myself. But I was looking for help in different ways. I just didn't think about this type of coaching before. And she introduced this idea of what she does, and not in a way that she's like, you should be my client. It's just like, if you're interested, we could talk about it. And I was literally like, help me, I want to know more about what you did, because it felt, I wanted to know more about what Deidre was doing, because it felt like it almost was weirdly lining up right when I needed it. I felt comfortable about it. And also I have a different relationship with spirituality than most people. I tend to be someone that is hesitant towards it. So a lot of people that, you know, say they are practicing certain things, and I don't believe their intentions are authentic. I think it's more of a lifestyle choice or a look than an actual practice in their lives, and that makes me feel uncomfortable. But she talked about spirituality in a way that was, I come from an engineering background, so it was digestible, it made sense to me, and I felt like there was a scientific side to it as well, and it wasn't this woo-woo stuff. It was like, this is why the universe makes sense, this is why this happens, and we kind of just bounced some ideas off each other within the short 2-hour window we had during this hike. And I felt it's like I could actually be very honest about my opinion towards spirituality, and then maybe dive deeper into potentially working with her. At this point, when I met her, I wasn't even sure. I was just kind of like, this is so cool, I want to learn more. I was so drawn to what she taught me in that hour and a bit, what she was willing to offer me, and just the trust that was gained in that short amount of time, that I was like, do I do this? Do I sign up for this? And for me, I was like, seems really quick and fast. Usually I'm very methodical with a lot of things. But I remember walking back to my car and thinking, well, what else can I do? What else? I've tried a lot. I need to do something different. I can't live like this anymore. I'm depressed, I'm angry, I'm sad because of this work relationships and things I'm doing. I'm doing great in areas of my life, but this work negativity is really filtering back into the rest of my life, and I'm not becoming the best version of myself. And I know that I have something amazing to offer the world, but it's not happening through here. So I was like, what is the cost of me not doing this? And it doesn't matter. It's like, I need to change. I can't talk about this for the next 5 years and slowly maybe transition to a point where I need help. And without even really much researching it, or like maybe even looking up like other opportunities or possibilities, I said yes. And I signed up for Deidre's 3-month evolution coaching program. It was the best decision I've made, either in my life or in the last decade, that was really profoundly affected me. I don't know where I would be right now if I hadn't signed up for it, if I hadn't got that help, because I am sitting here now not working for either of those companies. I'm starting my own business. I am happier, I'm creating more, I'm stepping into more of who I am than I ever have before. I'm living in my purpose and redefining what my purpose is every single week, every single day, and it gets better and better. I had we drafted this amazing idea of what it was, but it gets better every time you work further and further into your purpose. And Deidre and I are still working together. I have way more potential than I thought I did, and I didn't know that before I started working with Deidre. So I was really fortunate when I started working with Deidre, is because I didn't see any other coaches beforehand. But after I started talking and opening up about my experience with her, it was a private thing for me at first, because I don't ask for a lot of help, but I felt compelled to share because it was helping me so much, and I wanted to help other people just through the, it's okay to ask for help type situations. And lots of other people talked to me about their coaching experiences that I didn't even know they had. And no one seemed to really getting what they exactly wanted out of it. They were spending money, yes, but they weren't getting these people that were that reliable. My one really close friend said he did a coaching session, and he found that his coach actually needed more help than he did. And he felt like, why is this guy a coach? Why is this guy stepping into this one-on-one coaching space? And I was like, wow, I'm tremendously lucky to find someone that off the bat in one go that was like perfect for me. Like, so that was super fortunate. But why she was perfect for me? Because I found the first time we sat down on that park in Vancouver, and this is why I felt compelled to work with her, is because there was results in the first 15 minutes. And I don't want someone that's gonna like, it's okay, Justis, everything's fine. No, I want someone that's gonna literally call me on my stuff, take actionable steps to change, and I wanna see results immediately. Like I work hard and I wanna see results because I put the time and effort, and I expect that from people that coach and mentor me. And that happened right away. And I don't think other people have gotten that. I know a lot of people, I have friends that see therapists, they've been seeing them for years, and I don't see many changes. And that was one thing I was worried about, is could I sign up for a coaching thing and not actually change much? No, would my life change? Would it be a wise investment for myself? And I think that's a passive way of doing self-growth or change, but I don't want the passive way. I want the way that actually was going to change me and give me the life that I wanted to live, put me in my purpose, make me feel the way that I want to feel. And that happened with Deidre, and I'm so happy that it did. I don't know all the other options out there, but they all seem like they take a long time to kick in. They all seem like they're prolonged. And the coaching that I did with Deidre, it seems so fitting for the time that we're in. We don't have a lot of time right now. Everything's moving so quickly. Everyone wants results quickly, but usually shortcuts mean shitty results. Usually shortcuts means you're gonna miss out on something. This wasn't a shortcut though. The work that we would do in every session would make me think. There was homework involved too. I've read more books during actually the first 2 months I was working with Deidre. I've read more books than I had in like 3 years, I think. And I love reading. Well, I don't know why I stopped, but yeah, you have to put in the work, and the thing is that she puts in the work for you. She puts in the work for you, but you have to reciprocate it. That's the thing. I don't know what other coaches do and what other therapists do, but maybe you don't actually have to show up and do work on your off time, or maybe you just show up for the one session a week and then that's it. And you kind of forget about it. That's why it probably doesn't work. But I was having to check in with Deidre every day, every other day, follow up with the books I was reading, do these worksheets. And it's good because you stay on track. It's not like we had sessions on a Monday or a Tuesday, and it's not like I'd forget and then I'd go do something on the weekend and it'd be fun, and then like, oh, where did I have coaching? No, over the weekend and up until that following week, the coaching was in my mind, and everything we were doing was in my mind because there was work to be done. And there was times for me to check in. I had to write my intentions every morning. I had to do meditation. I had to do things that were putting me outside my comfort zone that I wasn't used to doing, but I know I had to do it because, again, what else is there? I needed to change so badly and actually start becoming a different person or evolving out of the old person I used to be, and I couldn't do it anymore. I was suffocating. So we both equally put in a hell of a lot of good work, and now I'm sitting here a lot happier, a lot more driven, and a lot more focused, and living in my purpose, and knowing, confident that I'm gonna make the big changes in the world that I want to do and I've always wanted to do, and I just didn't know how to do it. So I'm no longer gasping for air. I'm standing on the top of a mountain ready to yell and share my purpose and strengths with the world, and that feels really good. This type of work, this type of coaching is for really anyone that feels deep within themselves they're not living up to their highest potential, that they have a purpose inside them, that's had any traumatic experiences or events in their life and they need to move past it. She works with a lot of people that have had traumatic events in their past. Her specialties is working with trauma. So when my friends had passed away, I needed someone to help work past that, and that worked for me. And I'm moving past it still. It will never leave me. But it's for anyone that's had anything in their lives they need to work through that's holding them back. And the funny thing is you don't even know what's holding you back half the time. You don't know if it's past trauma, negative relationships. There was a whole lot more happening in my life before I started working with Deidre that I even knew about, besides the toxic relationships with work and the trauma that I had surrounding my friend's death. There was a lot more stuff that was uncovered. Childhood trauma that I had growing up that I didn't even talk about. Now that those things have been removed, pushed aside, and I know how to deal with them, I can now focus on what I need to do in my life. So for anyone, this work is really for anyone that has experienced trauma and wants to move past it, or wants to live with it and use it to their advantage and help other people with it.